Imagine going to college for 2, 4, 6, 8, or even 10 years, and you finally graduated. All your hard work is paid off, you've chose to enter a career in the medical field, and you finally started the application process. You've went through, you've applied to several different places, you've finally been called, contacted, you go in for your interview, all goes well, and at the end of the interview they ask you one simple question, and that puts a stop to your career. They say, do you use tobacco? It's a disturbing trend that started to take place in many areas of the medical field, many companies. People are being blatantly discriminated against because of their use of tobacco. According to workforce.com, 4% of companies have implemented this policy already, and they expect 2% more within this year to bring it up. So that would be 6% total of all the companies that refuse to hire people who use tobacco. This trend has already become legal in 21 states, according to Forbes.com. How that happens, I have no idea. Hospitals are the #1 culprit in this case. Now, I'm not in any way, shape, or form advocating for the use of tobacco. Tobacco, according to the CDC, is directly related to 1 in 5 deaths. It means 20% of the people that die because they abuse tobacco. However, what I am advocating for is our constitutional rights. Tobacco is perfectly legal in the United States of America. There's no issues for it. I myself have chewed Copenhagen for the past 10 years. I did quit about 2 years ago, so this new policy did not affect me in any shape or form, but I know a lot of people who applied at Cox Healthcare and they were denied a job simply because of this. Tobacco did not hinder my work performance. I was productive. I was on time every day. It's not a mind-altering substance. I didn't come in hungover. I didn't sneak off to go chew. You know, didn't take extended breaks to go chew. When I was there, I was at work. And as far as I'm concerned, what I did when I was at home, perfectly legal, was none of my employer's business. I don't really like how it goes. I understand why hospitals mainly are doing this. You know, with the crunch on healthcare, with our wonderful healthcare reform that's taking place, hospitals are having to cut a lot of costs and a lot of corners. One way they're doing this is refusing to hire people who use tobacco. This results in cheaper insurance premiums, and you know, people who don't use tobacco have longer careers. They work longer because their health stays better. Still doesn't take away from the fact that I have relatives, you have relatives. Everybody knows someone who has fought and served this country and died to defend our constitutional rights. This is blatant discrimination. It starts with tobacco, but where could it possibly go from there? You know, insurance companies are a very big power. They have a lot of lobbyists in D.C. and the United States. Will they start making you weigh when you go to work? We'll get on the scale and say, you know, you're moderately obese, your BMI is too high, you can't work here because of that. That's definitely disturbing. Or will they draw a lab and say your cholesterol's high? You know, if you want to work here, your cholesterol needs to be dropped 4 points. You can come back and reapply. Or could it even get any deeper and do some genetic counseling or genetic testing and say, you're predisposed to cancer. You have a family history of cancer, you're carrying cancer genes now, and you can't work for us because you're going to be a burden to our healthcare system. You're going to be a burden to our insurance company because of your cancer genes. That's really scary. And how it's gotten this far, like I said, 21 states this is legal, I have no idea. You know, there's got to be a whistleblower somewhere that says, hey, you know, this is blatant discrimination. You know, this is no different than the examples I gave you before. You know, if you're obese, if your cholesterol's high, you have cancer genes, you smoke, those are all perfectly legal. There's nothing wrong with them, but you just can't work for us. That's just a disturbing trend, and I hope to see it stop. Like I said, it didn't directly affect me, but I know a lot of people it did, and it's just scary because where can we progress this to? Starts out 4%, next year 10%, next year is 20%. If we're going to get to that point, then maybe we just need to have laws banning tobacco altogether. I mean, instead of treating people like lepers. I mean, you're just try to make all smokers become homeless, not allow them to work, force them into government aid. I mean, it's just a horrendous deal, and I hope to see some changes. 21 states, 4% now, up to 6% by the end of the year. We'll hope for the best, and maybe some lawyer in the future will make this a personal vendetta against this and take care of it.